All right, ladies and gentlemen, our brothers and sisters in the Lord and in other things. And now with open mind, as usual, and clear eye, now we say welcome and come on top the Portmanteau today. This one another program, all of now know say they get the mind to chook mouth for other all the matters where other programs they know they get the liver to chook mouth put. And as I say, now me Osagato, that fine, proud Benin boy, well of now know as talk. Nice to sit down here today, and as usual, I'm there with my honorable guest, my honorable fellow.
Yes, I have like brother talk honorable fellow. My name is Bamidele Okpeyemi Bello, where people they call MC Bob. And together they gidigba bam, we go to bring out the matter for Portmanteau today.
And we want to use this opportunity to say thank you to all our viewers. And we get a response on top our social media handles. We get a response for our YouTube page too. We thank you. All of now one don't subscribe so far. We thank you. Those who never subscribe, they could still find way. We could support our career. They could subscribe. Now, know immediately after our introduction like this, now to go collect our cup of coffee. And when we come back, we'll go put the portmanteau because they bring out the matter. Where find their way enter the portmanteau one after the other. We are not go anywhere. We'll just collect coffee when they come back now.
Wow. This coffee is tasting coffeelicious.
you know what they amuse me for you. And the way when you did, always they talk about coffee. He says coffeelicious. Thank God say na coffeelicious, not be Confucius. Just like the way everything got on Confucius for Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, you all are welcome back to the show today. You all know how events has turned out in our country for the past 1 month, almost a month now.
Yes, almost a month.
Almost a month. Something that started as a peaceful protest, which was along the way or later hijacked by Hoodlums, who later, released mayhem on the people, the peaceful protesters, and also on our country or on our state, destroying properties, looting shops, and killing people here and there. So those are what we want to consider on the show today. And we have a particular directory, also a tweet that wants to direct our discussion on the show today. And it's a tweet by our own Kingsley Moghalu. Oga Kingsley Moghalu. You know Kingsley Moghalu? He's a one-time presidential aspirant. During, was it the last election? The last election, okay, where they showed to
actually
contest. Okay, where
not too young to run.
Not too young. Okay, after the not too young to run, now all of them come out. But last now Buhari still win the election. He winner.
For the purpose of this show. so that
Oga Kingsley Moghalu tweeted a tweet that caught my attention during the week. He said, what Nigerian politicians don't understand is that giving the people good governance is a win-win.
Yes.
Giving the people good governance is a win-win. He said the poor can become middle class or rich, and the rich, the already rich, can still be rich. He said, but our politicians behave as if they must keep the people, the poor masses down in order to prove a point.
Oga Kingsley talk where.
That is a very strong tweet. He said, if our politicians decide to rule this country well, it's a win-win. The poor can become middle class or rich. The rich will still be rich.
Yes.
And that is one thing I discovered. That is the fear that most of our top class people are having. That is the rich people.
Yes.
The fear is that they don't want the poor to become rich. Because if the poor now become rich, what will now be at stake for them, or what will now be their stake?
Who are they going to keep oppressing?
Who will they keep oppressing? How will they show off their wealth? How will they show off who will they show off their power on?
Yes.
You get what I'm saying now? Like a typical scenario, something happened when this GSM just came out. I was on radio then. So we are talking about the advantages of a mobile phone, that everybody will now be carrying their, will now have mobile phone. You understand? Your secretary will have, those days now 090. Now anybody will carry mobile phone now, CEO.
Yes.
Or director.
Yes.
You understand? Only those two set of people or politician. And now they carry mobile phone. So, but when GSM come, you know, I think that was in the early 2000 or 2001, 2002 when GSM enter Nigeria. So we call the debate on radio. Say, what are the advantages? How will this GSM improve the life of an average Nigerian?
Yeah.
You understand? So while we were just talking, you know, bringing out different advantages, we were happy on the radio. Somebody now called. Somebody called into the program. He said, what are you people saying in your studio there? What are you people saying in your studio there? Do you now mean that me, as the boss, I will now be carrying mobile phone? My driver will also be carrying mobile phone? And my gate man will also be carrying mobile phone? What do you people mean?
Complex issue.
What do you people mean? You understand me? I think you see the mindset of an average rich Nigerian person. You understand? He said, what do you people mean? So me and now we have mobile phone. My server, my driver will be carrying mobile phone. My gate man will be carrying mobile phone. You know, immediately we cut in line. Say this one don't know what we they talk. That is the mentality of an average rich Nigerian man. They are gathering gathering wealth, not for the purpose of helping or improving. Majority of them, some of them are really good. Some rich men are really very good. They are really fulfilling.
Rich men like me.
Like you are a good rich man now. You are a good person now. We not say you good. You good now. You not only you grade your street. You good now. You know. So like some are actually good, but some of them they just want to use their wealth to oppress the poor.
The poor. Yes. This orientation had been on for years. You see, our rich class, they have this orientation problem, and that is the fear of the unknown. Because they feel that the poor is going to do their bidding when they are poor.
Okay. So
when they bring up the peanuts, the boss fresh, they can easily take it and do their bidding for them. And we see it play out. We see it play out. You see? And this Kingsley Moghalu's tweet actually captured everything that is in the mind of an average rich person in politics or outside politics, private sector and the rest. They want somebody to God worship them. They want to see, they want to, you see, they want to assume this heroism. Feeling. Hero feeling that I am the this.
Now me they feed them.
I give them money. But the truth is that when you keep these people, when you give them jobs, when you open wealth for them, you are not going to have much problem on you, because you're going to be fixing a lot of problem for them that they'll be able to fix a lot of problem for themselves
and for others.
So it will translate from you. The wealth is going to go from you to others, and they'll be able to upgrade. But because of the orientation that an average rich Nigerian has, he does not want to see that poor person rise beyond
where he is, so that he can always make use of that person at any time.
It's a bad orientation. That is what is keeping us down.
That one now leads us to this question, Bob. How poor are Nigerians?
Boss, I will not. Let me take it from this perspective.
Okay.
Nigerians are wealthy intellectually.
Fine.
But they are very poor when it comes to infrastructure. And they don't have access to things that can keep them up the standard. You get? Nigerians are so poor that they earn little.
Okay.
Below max. They earn very little. Say our minimum wage, 30,000 naira, are fixed.
Which has not been approved though. Some states are still saying they cannot pay.
Yes.
Up till today.
Are still saying they can't pay. Now, imagine an average Nigerian, a person who goes to work, he wants to fend for his family of, let's say 4, 5, and he's earning about 40,000 naira. And he has to feed them. How much is a bag of rice, boss?
Don't go there.
To be sincere with you.
Don't go there.
His salary is a bag of rice. And he has to eat other meals. You see, from feeding, you will know how poor Nigerians
can be.
Let's even leave housing, because there's nothing government does for us anyway. So from feeding alone, he has to pay house rent for those who don't have. He has to feed. He has to pay school fee. You get. that is, the Nigerian man has been rendered very poor mentally, rendered poor physically, because the earnings is smaller than the spending.
The earnings cannot commensurate
At all
with the rates at which prices are going. You understand?
You know?
And you know, like a professor once said, I said it in our last show.
Yes.
Like a professor once said that the poverty in Nigeria is artificial.
It is.
It is what? Artificial. And I feel for the people of Nigerians. There was during the protest, there was one police officer that called into a radio program. You understand? And the man was lamenting. The man said, you see this police brutality, that it will not end. He said his take home in the month is about 53,000 naira. He cannot send his children to private school. He is owing his landlord about 3 years rent. He cannot pay. He said his uniform, he is the one that is buying his own uniform.
Is that bad?
Now, he said, how do you expect that he will not do other things to augment? You see that the poverty in the land is artificial. Is the government now going to tell us that they cannot make the life of an average policeman worth living or worthwhile? These are our security officers.
People who stand in for
These
us.
are the people who front for us. These are the people who fight for us.
Keep
These are the people
safe.
who defend us or who protect us. Now, these are the people.
Let's start using supposed to.
Yeah, okay, supposed to. Okay, these are the people that the politicians are even looking up to for security.
Yes.
Yet, they cannot help them to live a worthwhile life.
It's so terrible.
You understand? You see, the poverty thing is so dangerous. Poverty is a very dangerous thing.
Very, very dangerous.
Because poverty is what breeds crime.
To a very high extent.
And that is what you saw the protest turned into.
Yes.
Because the protest was a peaceful protest. All through the protest, nobody lost phone. Nobody lost charger. Nothing was destroyed. No single signboard was attacked while it was the EndSARS protest. But when some hoodlums hijacked the protests, you discover that they started destroying things.
They were very destructive.
Crime turned in.
Yes.
They started looting shops. They started breaking properties, destroying people's property, vehicles, and everything. That is the sign of poverty in the land.
Yes.
Poverty will breed what? Will breed crime and violence.
It will.
Have you ever had a normal discussion with an average Nigerian?
They are very, very aggressive.
Very aggressive. There was a day I was talking to somebody, just normal correction, try to correct the person. Before you know, he turned out to quarrel for me. I said, no, bros, no, we are not quarreling. He said, come on, do you know what I am thinking in my mind? Do you know what I carry in this my head that you are talking to? Do you know what I said, bros, don't be quarreling. You understand?
It be like the story of one Nosha, bro. Sorry, it be like the story of one Nosha. We go mistakenly wake one girl up for church. The girl tell us, if they boy you will wake me up again. You know, if I sleep yesterday night.
And you know when poverty is in the land, crime increase.
Yes, it increases.
It increases crime, make people unnecessarily violent. And when poverty is in the land, there is massive disregard of values.
Yeah, moral value.
People don't regard value in poverty
at all.
They just want to get what they want at all costs and by any means.
They don't care that. They shall want to leave that, escape from that level.
You know, these things we are saying now, we are going somewhere. We are trying to paint a picture of what is happening now, or the source or the cause of what happened in Nigeria, or what has taken place in Nigeria for the past 1 month now.
Yes.
The source of it is what we are trying to make our politicians understand. It's poverty. There is poverty in the land. People disregard value.
They do.
They will not value anything. Nothing will mean anything to them. All they want is what they want, and they can get it at any cost.
At all costs.
They don't value anything.
It's so disheartening when you see young people who are hungry, who are in poverty, in penury, not even young and old. The value structure, the normal African value structure that we have put in place, they will defy it. You can see the stance of the Oba. Monarchical,
because there is no more value.
You see?
No more value. And it comes from up like that to down. You understand? No value for life.
Exactly.
It's poverty. It's because of the high level of poverty in the land. That is why they don't value life. People can kill just to steal your wristwatch, ordinary wristwatch. People can kill just to steal your wallet. And at the end of the day, maybe it's just 500 naira you have in your wallet.
You'd have killed the person.
They just kill the person for 500. No value for anything when poverty is in the land. You understand me? When poverty is in the land, there is massive disregard of morals.
Yes.
No moral. Everybody will just live anyhow. Have you noticed the rate of increase in infidelity?
In fact, it's high. It's on a high note. High note.
Infidelity.
It's on a high note. Is that correct?
Because poverty. They disregard morals. Everybody just do anyhow these days.
Because they feel that thing they are locking themselves in could earn them some stipend, so they don't care. They open the leg wide.
There was a woman that was caught recently. You know what happened? Okay. She went to sleep with another man's husband.
And
the man now slumped and died or something.
And that woman's husband?
Another woman's husband.
Yes.
You understand? The man now, during as they were Greek pine and Susonui, the man now died.
he died a painful death.
So the woman, when they brought out the woman, people wanted to be beaten her. The woman was crying. Say, please, I have told this man that I will not do, but this man keep pestering me. I have 6 children. I have to fend for them. I have this, I have that. The market I'm selling, I need money. In fact, that was why I came to meet this man, so that he can help me. But the man said until he grippa me before he can help me. I now say okay.
Hey.
She now said okay, grippa and help.
Hey, yeah.
You understand? During the press of grippa, now the man actually grippa for some few minutes before he now died. You understand? Now the help now the woman could not get. Because the man has died.
What a complex one.
I think you understand that. So all these are the compound repercussion of poverty. When there is poverty in the land, a lot of despicable things will happen. And it pains me so much that despite the wealth and the riches of Nigeria, Nigerians are still poor. And that is what now leads us into what happened recently. The looting of different government-owned warehouses across Nigeria.
The palliative.
I know.
COVID-19 palliative.
Bros, before
the Nigerian citizen being stored. In some warehouses or private-owned warehouses and government-owned warehouses. Across the federation.
I think you see when the professor said the poverty in Nigeria is artificial. You see the premise we have been building since this is where we are actually going to.
Nailing.
Recently there was looting of different palliative warehouses and everything. So people in short, there was one that I saw. They went to vandalize a senator's house in Cross River.
Yes.
And took away. I saw people carrying gas cylinder.
Yes.
People carry rug, toilet, closet.
Imagine. Bad.
That is poverty.
The ladder.
It's as a result of poverty.
Yes, it is.
Which is not supposed to be in our land.
Now we are here live. We are still live. See ugly people.
Show that video.
See wicked people. We are here. I'm watching it live. Teachers are helping people. Police are helping people. See them. They can't do anything. They can't shoot.
One video that really caught my attention was the one that went around. The video that the former governor of Cross River State.
Oh, the person of
Donald Duke. He also came out to address the people.
Destroy property, steal from me. It's not even stealing. Because half of those things they took, they're not going to even use them. Right? It doesn't mean anything. They're just expressing themselves. Yes. Those things can be replaced. But when you dehumanize a human being to a point where he steals a toilet, that's what happens. That's what happens. We brought down, you know what it is to dehumanize a person. You take him below the human level, right? They took
the palliative.
It's their own. Yeah. They took it. Yeah. And you know the interesting thing? I was watching a video. There was a girl. You know, when girls ladies get involved in this, you know, because if it's a man, it's a girl, what Nina Muton Poro? Chiremen, Captain, I've been Indomie. I'm better than you. You know, it is that bad. We have bruised our people and taken our people for granted for too long.
Donald Duke said a lot of things. At a point, even called he speak in tongues. Because Calabar language don't be normal. You go speak Calabar language, how they speak in tongues. At the point, Donald Duke called they speak in tongues. When as it is, pain and rich. You understand? But one thing that caught my attention in that video is when he said they have dehumanized Nigerians.
They have dehumanized Nigerians to a very large extent. To a very large extent. And that is the result we are seeing. To that extent that people will go into a house. You see, people have been criticizing that move. Yes, we know that we don't support crime. We don't support looting. We don't support the act of going to another man's house to pick up things. But we are just talking about what could have caused this move, and that is poverty in the land. And you heard the very right former governor, Donald Duke, actually mentioned this thing, dehumanization of, you humanized people to that extent that the only thing they can think of, let me also join these people to loot.
So take my part. Let me just get my own. And you know, this thing now is what leads us to the next phase of our discussion on the show.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying? The next phase of our discussion on this show is this. This palliative that people are looting now is what ought to have been shared around March, April. Yes. When people were at home, locked down for almost 6 weeks, yes, which is a month plus.
Yes, not so.
People were at home, no work. People were at home, no food. They couldn't go out. Children were at home. They didn't go to school. You know, say children going to school, they help parents. Because that afternoon food, you know, go day. By the time they will come back around 3:34,
that time
you don't enter evening food. So we all could round them up to evening food. So 101.
Not so.
But during that lockdown, children there as they chop 3 times a day.
You know, you talk 4. They talk brunch.
And our government are everywhere announcing that they've shared palliative, they've distribute palliative. When they started looting, somebody now went to check his Indomie pack. The Indomie he bought with his money, went to check the Indomie pack. Because there was a new sticker on the Indomie. You understand? He just saw the new sticker, he thought it's a new pack. So something just moved him to go and peel off the sticker or the Indomie. When he now pulled off the sticker on the Indomie pack, he now discovered that behind that sticker, that Indomie pack was actually a COVID-19 palliative Indomie, and he bought it in the shop. He says, so most of us have been buying what is meant for free.
It is so painful.
Security officers that are supposed to chase people away, even join, they carry.
Them join.
You see what the first one drop palliative. This one can't even lie. No, you have to believe. No, the video, no worry. The video, no worry.
How we see ourselves, our politicians stacking COVID-19 palliative in warehouses.
I think I have an advice for our politicians on the staple of Portmanteau today. Whatever you do to humanity, it will remain. Always know that any office you hold, any portfolio, anything, whether you are voted for, you are appointed, it's an opportunity given to you by God. Forget the fraternity you belong to. Forget the political affiliation. Forget your religion. This is about humanity. Humanity go come first before any other thing. Make I tell you, if you do well for humanity, you will stamp your name on the palm of time. If you not do well, now so go remember you for bad things. Anything where you, anywhere where you find yourself, any position, I beg, always remember, say now because of the people, now God they give you the opportunity. Stop being political about anything. If you raise another person up, we go stand, gidigbam, come become rich man, is a plus to you. Forget that anybody won't drag with you tomorrow. God will remember you for it. Forget the fraternity, forget anything, forget all the things, all the nonsense. It is an opportunity given to you by God. Hold it and do what is good for the people.
Thank you, Bob.
Bros.
Oh, thank you, Bob. That's the theater.
I want to do like
Your pastoral.
pastoral.
Next matter where we take on top the portmanteau today. Now waiting we see for news where they say Lagos State go require 1 trillion naira. Why did they make you laugh? Say Lagos State go require 1 trillion naira to rebuild and to repair those things that were damaged during the Hoodlum raid.
Now, wow.
Because that was not the NSAS protest. That was Hoodlums raid of Lagos. Actually, we saw a lot of fire.
Yes,
Lagos was really on fire.
Yes.
Police stations were burned down. Private houses, shopping malls were vandalized.
A lot of government properties.
A lot of government properties were destroyed. Banks were broken into. A lot of things were cut. There was even a report of one police station that said they busted into their station and they made away with their ammunitions and arms.
I won't give me fear.
It give me fear. Oh, since that day I know they feel sleep. I know they even give people my address again. Oh, if you ask me for your, I know they give people my address.
If anybody come my house now, they don't knock gates. I go ask them, who is that?
I know they even ask. If I don't expect you, if you come knock for my gate, I know they open door. But I don't expect anybody except you use your phone, call me from gate. You know, so that one really created fear. Lagos was really on fire, and it was not a good thing to see. It was a very bad sight. Now they say they require 1 trillion naira to rebuild and repair those things that were damaged. My question is this 1 trillion naira, did they calculate private properties that were destroyed too?
Bam.
Private shops that were looted?
Bam.
Private shopping malls that were destroyed? The banks that were destroyed, did they take all these things into consideration when they said that they will need 1 trillion naira?
With those people have access to those funds for restoration.
So that is the big question now. You know, that is the I don't know funding me pass now. What do they call her? Police station. Police station. Run to OPC to come and guide station for them. Nigeria don't cast.
When I see that news, I imagine our great Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò Ìbà Gani Adams. I imagine how he go take the feel for us. When they give her the news, say, Baba, Ìbà.
We want your boys to come and guide police station.
We want me to. He go just specially they call out.
Oh my, Nigeria don't cast. Ladies and gentlemen, we don't want to talk too much. Na Nigeria matter. We know they too talk about Nigeria matter. Nigeria matter open to everybody, like open air. Everybody that knows Nigeria matter be. No, we know they like talk too much about Nigeria matter. We want to take this short break, and this short break is about. I be not the reason now. See all this is where they happen. Dino Melaye not go release. He released that. I think say Dino Melaye not go release track. But just recently, I can't go Google search internet when I come and say Dino Melaye released one full track for everything that happened during this NSAS protest. My people, make una take this Dino Melaye new release. Make una enjoy it when we come back. We'll call enter now only for Naija,
Naija.
and then we'll call wrap up the show. Make now not go anywhere when they come back.
Na soldiers waiting for Lekki. Na soldiers we shoot for Lekki. Na soldiers we kill Nigerians, we kill young people, they must confess. What a country! Na soldiers we shoot for Lekki. Na army we kill for Lekki. Na army we shoot Nigerians, we kill young people, they must confess. Abomination. Na soldiers we shoot for Lekki. Aru. Na soldiers we kill for Lekki. Ewo. Na soldiers we kill young people, we kill young people. Awuzubillah. But 2023, gentlemen no dey oh. Gentlemen no dey oh. 2023, gentlemen no dey oh. If una listen, gentlemen no dey oh. If you want to kill us, make we die. We shall never support you. 2023, Mama Ekele, Ekele, Mama Ekele. Mama Ekele, Mama Ekele.
They say Dino Melaye na woman before sabi find trouble.
Hey, something you go dey find trouble.
Trouble making go dey sweet am.
It go dey sweet am.
He still be man. He dey make trouble like this. What of if he can't be woman? Dino, if na woman, Dino go, he husband eye go see well. He husband eye go see well. The worst part make her go be second wife for another man. His first wife go see trouble.
He go change
Dino know how to do trouble, ladies and gentlemen. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I still remain myself with Sagiato, that fine proud Benin boy, one love now they call talk. And I'm still sitting down here since they bring out the matter inside the portmanteau with my guest, my honorable fellow.
That's true. My own name still remain Bamidele Okpeme Bello. Everybody they call MC Bob.
That's MC Bob. All right, ladies and gentlemen, as well we go take enter inside now only for Naija on top the show today. Bob, you get anything for us?
Bros, Naija protest is sweet oh. Naija protest is sweet oh. No be Naija protest. Go. Now after protest, no be during protest. After protest, I dey sweet pass. Bros, now only for Naija. Or na only Naija protest. Where be say, where protest finish, you go dey pick valuable things for floor. Hiji, can't go down. You dey pick camera for floor.
Oh, Naija don't come. But man, you too bad. You are a badding somebody. I tell you, you are a very bad. So you just finish Naija. They pick valuable things. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we thank you all for being a part of the show today. And as well, we go take quench camera on top the show today. Not forget, say coronavirus still dey very active. Still there among us here. Anywhere they go, make sure say they apply your nose mask well. Make sure say you wash your hand with soap and water. Not let your sanitizer far from you. Not forget to give the normal 2-meter gap where they say make we dey give ourselves for public space. Last, not forget say you be Naija. Anywhere where you dey, they rep this country well. Not for they put hand for waiting go spoil this country name. Not do drugs because you don't get any better thing where they do for body. Finally, I beg anywhere you dey, make sure say you stay safe. Stay safe. Until our next show again, we say make una hold on our chest tight. That's it.
That's it.
Thank you.